Hey guys, how you going? It's Harder for Female, and I'm going to talk about something that I just discovered, and it's kind of been 2 years in the making. It's been this question that I've always asked myself for the last 2 years in terms of the relationship and the dynamic between men and women. And that question was, is there something that men do that repels women? And is there something that men do that attracts them? But in terms of the answer that came to me, I really wanted it to be something succinct, something like an underlying core principle that I could look at and be like, you know what, that is it. If a guy can understand that and apply that, he can attract women. Recently, I discovered what that is. But first, before I tell you what that principle is, I want to cover some of the three secrets that men make to epically fail with women. And whether you keep yourself in mind or whether you know of someone who has been epically failing with women, here they are. And what do I mean, firstly, by epically failing with women? Failing to get her number, failing to get her interested, failing to get her out of the friend zone, failing to get her on that date, failing to make that first move, failing to get her to be your girlfriend, failing to move the relationship one step further, failing to be able to deal with some of the challenges and tests that she throws at you, and really just failing to being able to overcome your fears of interacting and approaching and kind of really engaging with the woman that you truly want, or the women that you truly want. So what are some of these things that I see men do time and time again that are preventing them from having the kinds of interactions they ultimately would like to have with women? And whether that be, you want a girlfriend, or you want multiple girlfriends, or you want one girl, or you want just to be able to attract any female that you deem is attractive to you, whatever your situation may be, keep whatever it is that you want in mind while I go through these principles. So the first mistake that I see men making all the time, which doesn't produce the results that they're looking for, is that when they approach or they interact with a woman, they bring to the table conflicted ideas. What do they have conflicted ideas about? They have conflicted ideas about what they should be doing, what they should be saying, and how they should be acting around this woman. Now, I think living in the 21st century is the most amazing time we could ever live in, and there's so many amazing things that we know now that someone 200 years ago, even 100 years ago, would need a lifetime to learn. And because there is so much information out there about how to pick up a woman, about how to groom yourself as a man, and how to improve yourself, and all this stuff, I think somehow it does also make it harder for you to really focus and to be present in that moment. So when you approach a woman, you're not like, oh my god, should I listen to Dave who told me to act really cool? Should I do what that dating website told me to, just be, calm and confident? Should I do what that article I read in Cosmopolitan that said to be nice and compliment her? What should I do? And because all these thoughts are running through your head about how you should be acting or how you should be behaving, and from whatever sources these came from, because your thoughts are diverted to what you think you should be saying instead of just saying whatever you want to say, the woman really experiences that as like, okay, there's something just I don't really like about this guy, and he's, clearly he likes me, but I'm just not feeling it. And then whatever it is that you want the next level to be doesn't happen. And that's how it epically fails. So the second thing that men do that really inhibits their interactions with women is somewhere deep down inside, they do not believe that they truly deserve the woman that they are attracted to or want, or wanting a date or a relationship or whatever with. And a lot of this comes because, when you see an attractive woman, some men will create this fantasy about her, this fantasy that if they were with her, all of a sudden the world would make sense, their life would make sense, and everything would just have meaning in it, or something like that. And the truth is that, firstly, that's not going to happen. Even if you do get her, that feeling that you think you will get is not actually what you will experience, and it will be very short-lived. And so that's like one area. And the second area is that if there is a part of you that doesn't believe that you can truly be with this woman, that you're an equal to this woman, that you contribute to this woman and she equally contributes to you, if you feel like by being with her that she compensates for something that is missing in you, it's just like, it's like building a 2,200-ton building on like sand. And so you could build this like amazing structure, and over time, probably not even for very much long, like not even that long of a time, things will start to crumble. Things will start to slip and crack. And what I mean by that is you'll start doing certain things that will sabotage that kind of relationship. Whether that meaning, you know, engaging in approval-seeking behavior, or maybe acting inconsistently, or maybe just, you know, withdrawing completely from that relationship and having like this rubber band effect. It's going to sabotage that kind of interaction and that relationship that you are trying to build with this woman. And in the end, it will result in even more rejection and even more pain than if you just didn't even go down there in the first place. So this is an area that I really believe that men really need to look at as almost like a holistic approach to when it comes to interacting with women, realizing that sometimes there are just deeper issues that are at play, and when you deal with those deeper issues, all the surface problems disappear. Now, the third thing that I see men epically fail with time and time again is the simple fact that they don't really have the skills and the understanding of female psychology to actually interact with women in such a way that a woman will be like, hey, he's kind of awesome, I want to hang out more with him. And the reason why this is so important as well is because if you don't understand how to attract a woman, you don't understand the skills that are needed, and you also don't understand what drives a woman, what turns her on, what turns her off, then it's kind of like being like trying to catch up all the time. You know, you're kind of like running behind her, trying to pick up all the pieces, trying to figure out what's going to happen next, and she's the one that is in control. What I want you guys to be able to do is to be able to lead and to be able to be in control of the interactions with her to a certain extent, much more than probably the interactions you are having with the women now. And as part of that, when you understand a female psychology, when you understand what's going on inside her head, not only can you match her, but you can anticipate what she's going to do. And when you can anticipate what she's going to do, and you know exactly how to respond to some of the things that you've anticipated that she's going to do, it's effortless, it's natural, and most importantly, it helps create and maintain that attraction in the long term, which is really, really exciting. So these three common failings or mistakes that the majority of men make that really hold them back in terms of being able to date, relate, interact with the women that they want, they all hinge on one underlying principle. And this principle, if you become aware of it, if you integrate it, and if you learn about it, can potentially transform completely the way that you interact, date, relate, and communicate with women. I'm so excited. It's been 2 years in the making. All you guys need to do to find out what it is to click the link below this video, and I will show you and I will reveal to you what this principle is. So I'll see you guys on the other side.